This is your host, and this is Case Brief. In the mid-19th century, the Birmingham Waterworks company installed fire plugs to supply water to the city of Birmingham. These fire plugs were installed according to the state of the art at the time, and generally, they worked well until one unusually severe frost in the winter of 1855. During that particularly frigid winter, a water plug near Mr. Blyth's house burst. This caused water to flood over his property and damage the walls and gates of his yard. The Waterworks company had installed the plug in question correctly, but they did not include a safety valve, and that absence, coupled with the intense cold, caused the plug to burst. Mr. Blyth sued the Birmingham Waterworks company for negligence, arguing that they had acted carelessly in failing to install a safety valve. Now, the trial court ruled in favor of Mr. Blyth, awarding him damages for the harm to his property, but the company appealed that decision. The issue before the appellate court was whether the trial court properly found the Waterworks company negligent. To resolve this issue, the court needed to define what negligence is in a way that could be applied to the facts of this case. So let's turn to the rule. In 1863, the English Court of Exchequer Chamber decided that negligence is the omission to do something which a reasonable man, guided upon those considerations which ordinarily regulate the conduct of human affairs, would do, or doing something which a prudent and reasonable man would not do. That definition has since become the cornerstone of negligence in tort law across common law jurisdictions. It sets the standard of conduct for negligence at what a reasonable person would do in the circumstances. But the court also hinted that even if a reasonable person would have taken steps to prevent the harm in question, the person would only be liable for failing to take those steps if the harm was reasonably foreseeable. In other words, a plaintiff cannot recover for harm caused by an event that is so extraordinary that a reasonable person could not have foreseen it. Applying this rule to the facts of this case, the court first noted that the Waterworks company had installed the plug in accordance with the accepted practice at the time. The real question was whether a reasonable company would have foreseen the risk of flooding from an extraordinarily severe frost. The court decided that such an extreme and rare frost was not reasonably foreseeable. Therefore, the damage caused by it was not the result of any negligence on the part of the Birmingham Waterworks company. They acted reasonably under normal circumstances, and the damage arose from an unforeseeable natural event. So, because Mr. Blyth could not show that the defendant had acted unreasonably, he could not prove that they were negligent. The court concluded that the trial court erred in finding negligence, and therefore reversed the decision in favor of Mr. Blyth. In my opinion, this case is fascinating because it gives us the classic definition of negligence that law students around the world still study today. It also shows us the balance that courts are constantly making between foreseeability, reasonable conduct, and liability. If you think about it, every time you study negligence, you are looking back to that freezing winter in Birmingham in 1855. Blyth versus Birmingham Waterworks gave us the foundation of what it means to act as a reasonable person in law. I'm the host. If this case brief helped you understand negligence better, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your classmates. Comment below with the next case brief you want explained using the IRAC method.